lies. Welcome back to Evolving Butterfly Goddess with me, Moe Nicole. Here we are all about evolving out loud in our life, our money, and our purpose to the energy of our ancestors. I want to thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares, and your subscribes here on the channel. It is always appreciated. And a major shout out to all the channel members, as well as the members over on my website, as well as the members over on my Patreon. Thank you for your continued support here on the channel. It is always appreciated, my loves. So, we are here. It's been a minute since I've done a public grandmother ancestor message, but I was feeling it. I was feeling it really heavy. And with it being the holiday season, so I was in there making my pies for tomorrow. And What Do the Lonely Do at Christmas came on. Okay. Tis the season. Well, let me make this thing first. If you don't like me singing on my channel, you don't have to watch. Okay. I know people like to make comments on it, but it's my channel. My channel. Okay. I'm going to do what my spirit feels called to do. Okay. So what do the lonely do at Christmas? It goes, this is what the emotions. 'Tis the season to be jolly. But how can I be when I have nobody? Okay. So then Give Love on Christmas Day came on by the Jackson Five. Give love on Christmas Day. Okay. Um, and then the final piece was Home with Stephanie Mills. And I was like, no, I got to do this reading. When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home. I wish I was back there with the things I've been knowing. When that makes the tall grass lean into lean. Oops. Suddenly the raindrops that fall, they have a meaning. Sprinkling the sea makes it all clean. When I think of home, maybe there's a chance for me to go back. Now that I have some direction, sure would be nice to be back at home where there's love and affection, yeah. And just maybe I can convince time to slow up, giving me enough time, in my life to grow up. Time be my friend, and let me start again. Mm. Your grandmother is inside of you. Time be my friend and let me start again. The reincarnation energy, the ancestor energy, the energy that I was feeling when I was tapping in with that song, when I was hearing it. I was feeling this vibe of your grandmother. After her mother passed away, she was not the same. It was something about her energy where she went into a depressive state and she didn't share it with a lot of people. I'm feeling strongly on the mother. It may have been her father, but it's something about her mother. She had a strong connection with her mother. Even though her mother was a little mean, okay, she had a strong connection with her. And after her mother passed, it really messed her up. Things that happened, whether if it was things within the family or just things within herself that she went through. And you didn't see it. You didn't see the tears that she cried. You didn't see when she was going through what she was going through. She found herself leaning into her spiritual practices more. Your grandmother was into ancestor work. She just did a little bit differently. You may be thinking a lot about childhood or how things were It's the holiday season. Decisions that you made when it comes to home or family, you made decisions and stood on it. The energy that came out is the Daughter of Knives, the Two of Baskets, and the Father of Baskets. It's something about you being a warrior, your grandmother being a warrior of some sort, a warrior spirit, of being able to fight through all things. But she's with you. And when I see this Two of Baskets energy, they're getting ready to plant the plants that they grew in their baskets. They're getting ready to plant it inside of the garden. And then the next card is the garden with the Father of Baskets, which is the emotional maturity. There's someone, a family member that you haven't talked to in a while, is given a vibe of apologizing, or they want to talk to you. They want to have a better relationship, or they want to rebuild a relationship with this Father of Baskets energy. That's a lot of Cancer, Scorpio energy. Then we have the Two of Baskets out, so heavy on the water signs. But then the Daughter of Knives gives this energy of like Aquarius energy of someone not knowing if it's safe to, I guess you could say, come in and speak or do something. Grandmother, ancestor energy, what do you have for your grandbabies? In that song, there's something about, in this dream world, it taught me how to love. It taught me to love, so it's so real, it's so real. That song is from The Wiz. And it's grandmother energy. Someone had to separate to learn love, or they had to separate to see something for what it was, whether if it was a family dynamic, a friendship dynamic. But it's something about, with this Father of Baskets, picking from this energy that grew a garden. So whether if it was you putting down a boundary with the Daughter of Knives coming out, because the Daughter of Knives in this deck is like the Knight of Swords. And so it's giving this energy of you going, I don't want to say giving orders or putting your foot down about something, about a relationship, which is the Two of Baskets, the connection. And one thing that stands out to me with them is how they have opposite bottoms. So her top is the same color as his bottoms. His top is the same color as her bottoms. The yin and the yang, opposites attract. Something about someone has had to be humbled since your grandmother passed away within the family, where there was some breakdown of relationships. But I'm hearing two of the same. Picking of the fruit of the labor. And he's picking fruit in his basket as if it's for a gift. There's someone who you haven't spoken to for a while. You have the Ace of Knives that's coming out. And I said you haven't spoken to in a while. But it's given a vibe of someone wants to talk. Y'all may be at distance, because this grandmother energy, what I was feeling even with her energy, was she was at a distance from a lot of her family, and that bothered her on the holidays. Especially if she was really big on like cooking and putting things together, for the family. that was something that she loved to do with this Ace of Wands energy. It gave her this sense of purpose. It was her family. That's what she knew as being her purpose. But you've had a chance to experience other things, as she said in that song, in this dream where, oh my gosh, let me pull up the lyrics. Suddenly my world's gone and changed its face, and I still know where I'm going. And I have had my mind spun round in space. And okay, what's she saying that? Oh my gosh, I love this song. Okay, y'all, you know he don't like to play like that. Uh-uh. So she says, if you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should believe the things that we see. Tell us, should we try and stay or should we run away? Or will it be better just to let things be? Let them be. Living here in this brand new world might be a fantasy, but it's taught me to love. And it's real. It's so real. It's real to me. And I've learned that we must look inside our hearts to find a world full of love, like yours and like mine. So, this separation that has happened has caused someone to have to learn about love, or learn how they view love, or learn what they need in love because of how they were raised. There was some unbalance with love. Someone didn't fully know love, or they didn't know how to express love, how it needed to be expressed. But this fantasy world I'm getting, it gives me spirituality, right? A lot of people like to say that spirituality is a fantasy world and ancestor energy, all that, right? So people can say all they want to about it, but people heal through the energy. So although someone may see it as being a fantasy or something wrong with it, it's helped you. Or maybe this other person, of what they've had to endure or go through, it's helped them better learn themselves or learn love. You've had to learn how to create home without having the feeling of home. And that was the same thing that your grandmother had to do when she moved away from home. Everything that she knew, it was no more. She had to create a whole new world for herself. And it's like you're in that same space where she's calling for you to create a new world. Leave it alone, baby. Deuce. No. And then the aspect of creating this new world is something about what this relationship, this family relationship, of having more respect for each other. Even with this Ace of Wands, see how it's two male deer going against each other as if they're going to battle, right? But they're not really battling. It gives this vibe of finding common ground between differences, or finding common ground and respect for what each other do. Someone may have been, judgmental about something, or judging what someone does or what you're involved in or how you do it, but it's helped you. So who's to say what you're doing is wrong? If it's helped you heal, if it's helping you heal, if it's helping you heal childhood wounds, if it's helping you heal your internal soul, then what's wrong with it? Someone is learning how to accept and see that. But I'm getting from her heavily, learning how to create home within self. I'm going to pull some signs to see what signs we may be pulling for at this time. You got the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. You've learned a lot of lessons over the 5 years, 3 to 5 years. You've learned a lot of lessons in life. And in those lessons that you've learned, it's like you wouldn't trade it for the world, You wouldn't trade it for the world because it's helped you see life in the world from another perspective. Spirit, what signs? Grandmother, what signs? Grandmother and spirit guides, what signs? All right, we have Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, Gemini, Gemini again with some Virgo, Pisces, Libra, and Libra again. So the energy of what came out with this complexity is standing out to me, as well as healing. These stood out to me with the Chiron and the Quincux energy. Healing is not a simple thing. It's not something that we can just put in a box and say, these are the steps to healing. These are the steps that you have to take to get to where you want to go to. It's complex. It's not linear. I was just talking about the stages of grief with someone earlier, and we go back and forth through those different stages of grief, those 5 stages. Sometimes we're in denial, sometimes we accept it. Don't judge this journey. She is inside of you, honey. She is inside of you. This daughter of knives keeps standing out to me, like just being fierce. These knives that are in the back of her back, it's like she has her knife, but then those daggers, that she has, is not like stabbed in her back. It's like just daggers on her back. It's like those are your grandmother's ancestral energy. Like if something happened to your main knife, I got you in the back. Okay. Do I have? I want to read this card in here. All right. The daughter of knives. A woman marches forward holding a knife fiercely in one hand. She is a woman on a mission and she will not be stopped. The daughter of knives moves head first towards her dreams and soul mission. You must focus to effectively channel this energy. This card warns of allowing your determination in the climb towards advancement to cause you to operate blindly with the potential of harming others and communities. Make sure that while you boldly propel forward, your choices, your decisions, and the paths you take are in alignment with your true and highest self. You may find it has the energy of advocacy, confrontation, that was the complexity, reconciliation, and inner work. So, you and someone else, your grandmother has been on you both to do a lot of internal healing, a lot of internal processing in regards to love, home, family, understanding. Because I'm hearing one and the same. You two may have been acting just alike, but just on opposite ends. You get what I'm saying? But that reconciliation energy is coming with this two of baskets and then the father of baskets, of someone wanting to share fruit of some sort. I'm hearing a peace energy, peace offering, but it doesn't have to be a gift. It could just be offering a hand of, I don't know, help, love, let's talk. Your grandmother doesn't like how something has come to be, and you both had to separate to learn some things. You both had to separate to learn some things. Grandmother, what do you have for your baby? You are very close to achieving your goal. Someone has been praying for your relationship to be able to come back together. Yeah. You got, oh gosh, it may have been something that happened around Libra season. Someone is praying for a relationship to come back together. They feel like I'm feeling a little bit of guilt, you know, but I feel like this time away for you was beneficial as well. It helped you understand some things better, see things differently. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Someone was acting out of hurt. You both could have possibly been acting out of grief. You have the Eight of Sticks coming out. And then the Ten of Coins. But the Ten of Coins is in the reverse, and that's giving a vibe of someone not liking how family is right now. You're not the only one. You know, this is giving a vibe of a broken family. So after your grandmother passed, the family started breaking apart. And just as much as you want something to get better, they do too. Grandmother, what energy do you want your grandbaby to look at and focus on within self with this energy? You have innocence with tangerine. The trigger statement, you may feel like it's a lot to do. It would take a lot to get all this together and in order. But the true statement, I am playful. Let the burdens of responsibility go in this moment and look at your world with the eyes of a child. And when we think about the eyes of a child, most children, you know, around holiday season and stuff, they don't know all the drama that's going on in the family. You want to go outside again? Child, take it's giving this energy of when you're a child, you don't really see the things that's going on behind the scene or what the adults have to go through. You just enjoyed the moment and the energy. But in your adulthood, you see things a little bit differently. And your grandmother wants you to go back to that place of innocence and joy at this time. Not be too hard on yourself and on someone else. Yeah, you have uplifting coming out with cheerful. The trigger statement, you may feel powerless in a situation. But the true statement, I am excited to see what the future brings. The future is bright. Enjoy knowing that your optimism today fuels your amazing tomorrow. She wants you to be optimistic about things getting better. For whoever this message is for, she wants you to be optimistic for this to get better because it will. Sometimes people have to separate to see what they value the most, what they love. Sometimes people have to miss something. And it's not the sense of someone purposely trying to hurt. It's giving a vibe of a person, because some people, they purposely try to hurt you. It's giving a vibe of someone who they were hurt. They didn't know how to be, so they acted out of a hurt or something, but it wasn't an intentional thing. You'll know if this is for you. That's all I have to say. You'll know if this is for you, because this is different from one of those situations of, you know, you being down bad and you need help and people just leave you. Like, I'm getting a vibe of this is someone who, even if y'all haven't talked in forever, if you needed something, they will help you. Now, they may bring it back up that they didn't help, okay, but they will help you. You have Clary Sage coming out with insight. The trigger statement may be you feel like there's no hope for this. So some of y'all are just like, yeah, no, this ain't for me. There's no hope. The trigger statement is saying there's no hope. But the true statement, there is a higher purpose. Connect with your higher self and allow to be guided to your higher purpose. As the veil of illusion falls away, you will find your answer. The illusion of hurt is falling away. People do some interesting things when they're hurt. You know, when they've lost someone, they do interesting things. Especially someone that was close to them. Same way that your grandma did. Your grandma had issues with some of her siblings up until her passing. She doesn't want you to be like that. You're healing your ancestral roots. Messages you have for your grandbaby. Messages you have for your grandbaby. Life was difficult, but I learned valuable lessons and made the best of it. Believe half of what you see, someone is not revealing the complete truth. And you know what this is telling me? Someone may be trying to act hardcore, but they really soft on the inside. They're not as hardcore as they act. That it's a shell. Someone has a hardcover shell, or like that. The daughter of knives we saw, they have this outer, where is it at? Yeah, they have this outer energy to them, that warrior energy, that knight energy of they have to be strong. They don't want to be seen as being weak. Well, someone's hurting. It was my time and I'm at peace. She wants you to be reminded that she's at peace. She was hurting a lot, y'all. When who I'm talking to, your grandmother was hurting a lot. She just didn't share. She didn't share because she didn't want people to be worried about her. She wanted them to live their life. Your grandmother knew about the afterlife. She knew that she would be able to help from the other side in another way. So all the healing that you've been doing and all that, she's been in the midst of that. Use what I taught you. And the first thing I just heard was love. You may have to extend some love. Like they said, give love on Christmas Day. Oh, wait. The lady of the street and the couple upstairs would be so happy to know, wait, that there's, or know that there's someone who cares or something like that. I can't remember the words, but um, no greater gift is there than love. We're moving to a love frequency, y'all. Forgiveness frequency. Um, and that's this energy that your grandmother is giving. I pray that this helped someone who needed to hear it. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can check out my website, monicole.com. I also have ancestor message candles at energyt.com, where it's like a personal reading inside of a candle. It's personalized for you. And so feel free to check that out as well. The shop opens, well, you can still order, but we're back shipping out orders once the holiday passes. Um, wish you all blessings during this time, and peace and love. If you're interested in extra ancestor messages, feel free to check out my membership areas on Patreon, on YouTube, as well as on my website, monicole.com. I thank you all for being here. And as always, always be real, always be true. Don't be afraid to do what your higher self and spirit is calling for you to do. I love you. Bye. I'm glad he didn't bark, because my neighbor literally just went inside their apartment and he loves to bark, honey.